Hey, what's up, Rooftop Virgin Gang? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good today on the art that I make because I'm so broke. I'm just sucking the money right out of the ground. Me breathing the same air and oxygen as the investor bros, just hurting card value across the board. Me existing is just causing some kind of financial crisis. We got Exhibit Jelly Bean. Got an Ellicott. Happens to be shaped a little bit like a jelly bean. I am aware of that. Drawn on toilet paper, the stationery of the brokes. And it kind of looks like a little Mighty Bean, of course. You know, they're really thumping when they're stumping going around. Ellicott's my favorite baby Pokemon. I like this one quite a bit. I might attempt to redraw at some point. But, hey, for first try, first time going on that stuff, I'll take it a good little bit. Anyway, I want to talk about something I saw kind of recently. It's hard sometimes being a commentator. I'm not going to fucking ask for sympathy or anything like that. But it definitely comes with its like ups and downs. And there's things you got to be certain about whenever you're talking about certain scenarios, because by default there's going to be some people that already don't like you. That's your right. That's your choice. I completely respect it. But as a result of that, you have to be very sure about what you're talking about. And if you do mess up, you got to be willing to actually own it and be like, okay, shit, my bad. That's something I should have did a little bit more research on. Or, oh, I should have actually not said that because it makes me look like a fucking asshole because I got it wrong. Got an instance of someone being extremely wrong. This is going to be very reminiscent of the Mad Rat Toys situation. Only some people were not really looking too into a certain situation. They just kind of ran with something and said, fuck it, I'm just going to publish it. Get some old views and clicks off of this. Just try to get some rallying up points because I posted something out of context. Well, I'm going to show you something real quick. We're going to go into that and let's watch this situation together.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got here. I don't usually comment on this type of stuff or let it really affect me, but starting off the day and seeing this, I thought it would be good to talk about it and how it speaks to an even bigger problem. Yesterday I made a fun little video where I go to Costco looking for this giant Pokemon Sword and Shield box I keep hearing about. But instead I found these 5 mini tin boxes and Pokemon plush. Note the date on the video. April 1st. It should be pretty self-explanatory. I thought it would be funny to hint towards emptying their shelves. And if you watch the whole video through, you'll see that I mentioned not once, but twice, I'm gonna need a bigger cart. It's even the hook to my video. But when I get to the carts, I find an error box and I put that in my cart. Followed by... Good thing I grabbed that big cart. Now, here's my receipt, showing one of both plush, the box, apples, and Gatorade. Now, apparently there was an incident in the US recently involving Costco Pokemon cards. And to be honest, I'm not even sure what that's about. But this individual who made this post thought, hey, I'm gonna look on your website and see if you're selling these tins. And oh my god, here they are. Except 2 problems. The first being that if they actually clicked on any of them, they would see that we have none in stock. It's been like that for almost a year now. I received these for my store from distribution back in May 2023, when they released in the early days of Scarlet Violet. I haven't had any in stock since pretty much then. It's not a super popular product, so I haven't even bothered to restock from distribution. And the second thing is I was expecting these tins to have a Scarlet Violet base set and Paldea Evolved, or another Scarlet Violet base. That is what I recall being in them when they released, which is why they weren't very popular. But as you can see here, well, this is not what I was expecting. I was pleasantly surprised to find Silver Tempest, even though I only got 1 hit. So aside from the fact that they completely missed the point of the video, and that the research was pretty much as good as trust me bro, making this sort of comment about anybody without the proper information is just not alright.
Yeah, that was very, very dumb indeed. Not really a very good look at all for certain people calling stuff out. So Danny Rion, I think that's how we're going to pronounce her name. So Danny basically hinted at and made an April Fool's video like many people did. I made one as well. Lots of content creators did that, basically hinting at clearing out a Sam's Club or a Costco-like area, going there, being like, man, I'm going to need a huge fucking cart. I'm going to need to load everything up. Going to need a huge, cool fucking backstory in order to get all this stuff back in there. So didn't do that. If you watch the whole video, literally put one thing in there, and then some person just decided like, hey, I see this, I'm going to actually go make a post about this and be like, here you go. Here's what happened with this whole thing. Check out this fucking scalper, wham bam. Here's the person that did it. I'm sorry. I mean, if you want to play the game, you want to pretend to be a fucking vigilante, you want to be a fucking reporter, all of a sudden, here you go. Pokey.finder.v on Instagram is the one that posted this stuff up. And this was posted on April 2nd. This was not made as an April Fool's joke. And if it is, they did it a whole fucking day late. They just did that stuff and didn't even know what day it was. Buying and reselling Costco product on their website at a higher price. Same as the people who bought all the 151 and tried to resell it at their store. Also stating she is going to need a big cart for all of these. We don't support resellers on this page. Never have, never will. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure you never supported any resellers, I'm sure. Especially with cool, good takes like this. Finding things, it's just, you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong about this entire thing. You definitely owe this person an apology. Man, fucking people, dude. The Mad Rat scenario was very different from this because they actually did buy a ton of 151 product, proven. They actually had a nice photo of it. They did brag about taking all of it that they possibly could have, and they did, in comments, actually have proof that they planned on redistributing that product, whether it was boxes upcharged at $32 a singular box, whether it was going to be selling singles from what they actually pulled. It does not fucking matter. They cleared out the entire store, and they literally did that stuff. And look, I don't care what people are saying about this stuff. Oh, it's for distro. It's for people to do that. Dude, if they did that, even if that was true, even if memberships were only closed to businesses, not fucking the general public, who everyone can go there. I can go get a Costco membership right fucking now if I wanted to and actually go up there. I have a Sam's Club membership. I do not own a business. I do not own that stuff at all. I can go in there anytime. Even if this shit was closed to businesses, how cool would that be that someone went in there and bought literally everything for one business? What about the other businesses around in that area? What about everyone else? What about every other place that likes to sell cards? What about that stuff? Oh no, I'm not thinking about that stuff at that point. It's only my business. It's fish or fish. It's capitalism, baby. Look, I like capitalism as much as everybody else, but that shit is scummy, and people called it out rightfully so. Hell, they even apologized for what they did. So any criticism anybody says is completely null and void against me about it because they apologized for what they did. Doesn't matter. They admit that they did it. They apologized. End of story. Wham bam. Got a couple nice comments here. I want to read something, and this is kind of how I feel about the whole thing. My first initial thought when I saw the video yesterday was people are going to get mad again because I live in Houston and saw that what happened with Mad Rat, but their situation was entirely different, and I knew people were going to take your video out of context and assume the same thing was happening. So sorry you're dealing with this. If only people would read and pay closer attention. Yes, if only some people would read and pay closer attention. Abso-fucking-lutely. That's what this place needs right now, is people to actually have a first grade reading comprehension and be able to do basic problem solving and be like, only one in the cart, but they're oh, it's April Fool's, it's a joke. Yeah, I mean, you'd think some people would get it, but man, you're not ready for the next part of this stuff. You're not ready for the next big old layer of hypocrite pie that's going to be on top of this whole thing. All right, let's bring in the next player on this thing. We got Dr. Applesauce with a comment. Yes, Dr. Applesauce is commenting on things and saying funny, great stuff. Let's read his comment together. You're a great creator, but unfortunately we have 2 or 3 popular YouTubers that do exactly this. Attack people with limited information, hearsay, and conjecture and opinion presented as evidence. I think those few creators are shifting the culture of people who want to make Pokemon content, and you get people who, for lack of a better term, imitate that behavior. And then people like yourself who don't deserve it get attacked out of a desperate rush to get hate views and clicks. Good video. Basically calling them stupid with receipts politely. So I like where you put the quotations on YouTuber. I think that's real funny because I am a YouTuber. It would have been funnier if you put it on popular, because that's where I think I am. I'm a popular YouTuber. That's a very funny thing to say, but I guess you're not good at insults either. You're not really good at anything. Second of all, I don't really know why you're afraid to say like anyone's name. Am I like Voldemort to you? If you say my name, am I like fucking Beetlejuice? You say it 3 times, I'm gonna show up behind you and fucking destroy your house. Like, what am I gonna do? You are like, it's amazing how much of a pussy you are. You can't say a fucking word about it. You won't even say anyone's name anymore about that thing because you're just so afraid of someone finding the videos and showing, which, by the way, the videos, oh yeah, they proved what was going on with the receipts and all that stuff. And yeah, speaking of receipts, how come like a receipt was never provided for those mini tins, those nice little Crown Zenith mini tins you were opening that you apparently got from a viewer, where it's documented that you lied about receiving those tins in the first place. You said you were getting tins in your video.
This is wild, guys. Oh my gosh. Now, like I said, I have had no less than 6 people reach out and say, hey, I did find these at Walmart, and somebody's saying they're going to send me 4 tins, so hopefully we'll have an opening ourselves here. And somebody's saying they're going to send me 4 tins, so hopefully we'll have an opening ourselves here.
But then in your comment section, you're like, oh no, what tins? What tins are you talking about? I didn't get any tins. I didn't get any tins at all. Yeah, what about that stuff? What about the fact that, like, you are completely against people using certain types of content? You're completely against people having criticism over certain things, and you think 15-second clips that people use where they accidentally forget to credit somebody should be merit for somebody getting a strike on their page, but you yourself are completely cool ripping someone's whole video and commentating over it like a fucking buffoon. Look, it's Charmin. Look, it's Poliwag. Look at that. As if, like, your viewers don't fucking have eyeballs. And you want to sit here and comment on other people's stuff, talking about other YouTubers. Motherfucker, I would clean up your own house before. Maybe there is a God, because by the grace of something, you were so lucky that you were still around here. I mean, you got in a slap fight with Deep Pocket Monsters. You basically were saying that J-Love doesn't deserve to have any fucking English product because he opens primarily Japanese product, going on that whole thing. Oh, he makes hate content. He gets sponsored by Pokemon. Woe is me. How come it's not me getting sponsored? Man, you need to clean up yourself before you're leaving any type of comments on anybody's stuff. Mr. Man, Mr. Dr. Applesauce. And Danny, if you were seeing this, I would not associate with that man whatsoever. Feel free to do what you want. I have plenty of videos talking about all the things that guy has done, and it is by the grace of some higher being that he is still allowed to be in this content space, and that Collecticon still employs his broke ass. That's the only reason he's allowed to do anything around here. I don't care what anybody say, call it mean, call it any of that stuff. That dude doesn't need to be saying a damn word to anybody about any of their content. That's all I got. Appreciate it, virgins. See you later. Dr. Applesauce. Well, I swear, you just have a fetish for people making you look stupid.
Or number 2 that I've never shopped for at all and never bought Pokemon cards for. Sorry for the wind. This store is a little bit in the ghetto, so you know, what are you gonna do?